welcome to another episode of my 100 Day to Prosperity journey. I'm so glad that you can join me today. Today, we're going to talk about 4 legit ways to make money online. And this idea I got from Dan Lok. And so his video inspired me, and I just had to put my input in. So let's get started with the 4 ways. Okay, the first way is basically selling a product. You can figure out a product that you want to sell and go ahead and sell those to other people, whether online or offline. As long as you have a store, whether online or offline, you can go ahead and sell your product. Now, there are some advantages to this. You can sell your own thing with your own branding, and it will be your business, and as long as you promote it and do well and build up, get your customer service and support correctly, you can have a very good thriving online business. What I have on the slide basically is different directories of where you can get products from. So if you have no idea what product you want to sell, or you have no idea what manufacturer you can use to get your products, I have lists on both sides. One side is the online domestic directory, meaning they're local or in the United States, and the other one is online or online overseas directory. So basically, they are not in the United States, okay, obviously. So there are some advantages and disadvantages to that as well. Some advantages to getting your manufacturing done locally is they have higher manufacturing quality and they have a higher standard of labor. So they're not having children make your clothes until 2 o'clock in the morning, right? They have labor laws, they are taking care of their people, and they have generally a better quality of work. There's an easier communication. There's no language barrier. You don't have to have an interpreter or find someone who speaks English. If they're in the United States, they're going to speak English, okay? Also, it's easier to appeal to market the product, and it's also easier to ship to you, whereas overseas it could take like 4 to 20 days to get your product. If it's manufactured here in the North American or United States, it'll get to your customer quicker, and generally people like that, making sure that they get their stuff in a quick manner, okay? And it's easier to find people who are reputable, somebody who actually will take care of their business, do what they say, make sure that you get your product in a timely manner, and that is all very important. Let's see, there's also some disadvantages, of course, to actually selling a product from locally. First of all, the costs are higher. With great quality and faster shipping time comes a higher manufacturing cost, which you will have to incur. Also, there's not as much product choice as something overseas would have. So, because mainly most companies are, buying overseas products because of all of the advantages that you get from overseas. It's cheaper costs and stuff like that, that they are willing to close down manufacturing distribution companies here and set up stuff overseas because they get better deals that way. As far as overseas, the advantages are you get a lower manufacturing cost. There's a high number of manufacturers to choose from. Of course, a lot of things are shutting down in the U.S. and opening up overseas because it's a lower cost. There's like a one-stop service shop, kind of like Alibaba, where you just go and you find whatever it is that you're interested in selling. You can find it there. And if you're interested in sports, they got sports stuff. If you're interested in clothes, they got clothes stuff. If you're interested in electronics, they have stuff for you. So that's always great to find and to have. Some of the disadvantages to having online overseas, manufacturers are that they are lower, or they're perceived as a lower quality from your customers. Because they are overseas, people think that they are not putting much value or quality into their products. And there was a time that that was true, but it's not necessarily the case now. And also there is a lower manufacturing and lower standard for labor. They really don't take care of their people. They do a lot of abuse as far as work ethics. They, have children doing a lot of the work and labor, and that is, well, in America, against the law. And if that's an issue for you, that might be something that you need to think about. Also, little intellectual property protection. If you are having something done that I guess is, what is it called, digital or something of that nature, you don't have much privacy if it's done overseas, okay? And then you have to worry about speaking the language or getting someone to speak the language, and that is difficult to do, all right? And also, it's difficult to actually negotiate with the manufacturer, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And if you have a problem, it's hard to get in contact with them. It costs money to call overseas and wonder why your shipment hasn't come in or where your shipment is. So those are things that you also need to think about. And of course, the main thing that bothers me is the longer shipping time. You get could be 20 days, 4 months, depending on the actual product and where you're getting it from and who you're getting it from. It's going to take a long time to get to you. All right. And also, there's cultural differences. People do things differently in their business practices that you might not necessarily agree with. So those are things that you need to think about as far as selling a product. But I did leave all of these directories down here for you just in case that you would be interested in getting involved with selling a product. If your heart is set on it, it's going to cost money. You've got to pay for your manufacturer. You've got to pay for labeling and licensing and all of these other things, making sure that your product has your branding on it. And lastly, you have to have a place to ship it, right? You have to have a warehouse to store it. Or if you're going to use Amazon to store your stuff, you still have to pay their fees to store it. So those are things that you need to think about when you are trying to sell a product. Okay. The next thing is a great alternative, which is drop shipping. And drop shipping, what it is it allows you to partner with a supplier, a manufacturer, and you display their stuff on your store. So on your online store like Shopify or something like that, you can put their products on your e-commerce store and sell their goods. And they house all of their stuff in their warehouse and in their place of business. And when you sell their product, they will ship it out to your customer. Okay, so you don't have to have your hands on that stuff at all. And it is great because you don't have to worry about that overhead like you would with if you were selling the product yourself. So that is an awesome thing that you can do. At the bottom, I have two different things. These are all drop shipper suppliers. Either they supply the actual products, or they're directories of drop shipping suppliers. Okay. And as you can see, there's some that are, free to sign up. There's 3. And then there are some that they have a monthly or yearly fee. So yes, this is a great opportunity or great alternative to selling a product, but it's still not free, right? You still have to pay, even if you do the free to sign up stuff, you still will have to pay for your online site. You still have to pay for all the fees that go along with their online site and marketing. And if you are not available to assist with customer service or support, like if you have a job, you need to pay for someone that'll answer questions, especially if you're selling high ticket items. People are going to ask, they want to know, what's the quality? How does it work? what's the engine size or whatever. They want to know all of the questions. They want to get all of their questions answered. And if you're not available to answer them, then they'll just go to someone else. So you want to make sure that you are in a place where you can afford all of these things and to think about all of these things. And it's popular. We can find any niche. You can find products for any niche in any of these different um, drop shipping suppliers. So these are great to use. And if check them out, do your due diligence, make sure that you do your homework and find what's best for you. All right. So that's drop shipping. All right, the next one is called software business, or SaaS, SaaS, okay? And basically, when you're creating a software business, you have to think about long term. Yes, in every business, there's always someone who started something and like 5 months later, they could sell it like 10 times the amount in which they purchased it for. But that's not reality. It's not reality in regular business, and it's not reality in the software business. It usually takes about 5 to 7 years to actually grow your software business to be sustainable on its own. So make sure you prepare for the long haul. Make sure that you are in it to win it and not just in it for the fast buck, because you more than likely will not be successful in that time in which you're giving yourself. Make sure that you test and test some more and test again. You want to know what your market is. If you are selling, you want to sell a software for people at the school in which to be to automate calling parents for teachers, something that I think is a great idea. If you automate calling parents for teachers, it may be a great idea for you, but will teachers or school systems actually purchase that stuff? And if it's not something that people will purchase, then going full force and putting all your money into it only for it to be a dud is not going to help you financially, and it's actually going to bankrupt you and probably make you mad and not want to do this again. So build something small, a minimal or MVP, which is some type of viable product that is something small that you can actually promote, that you can take care of, that won't cost you a whole lot of money, but will test to see if your product is viable, if your product actually will make money. And if it does, great. Add something to it or change it to tweak it to make it better, and then put it out there again, see what it does. If that doesn't work, then go back to the drawing board. If it does, then start scaling it up slowly, or learn more about it, or add more to it and see how that works, and test again. Make sure that you are testing this before you go full blown into your business and making drastic financial mistakes, okay? Also, learn and change with the tide. When you start your business or your software business, technology changes quick. So when you actually start this business and you think something works for right now, but then 4 months down the road, something changes and there is a better, more efficient way to get the same thing done. You want to go with the better, more efficient way, okay? Don't stay, thinking the same way, locked into what it is that you wanted to do in the past. Make sure that you change with the tide, adapt or die. Being able to adapt will be able to be the difference in you seeing success and you seeing detrimental failure, okay? Hire slow and fire fast. I remember I was reading this article about this woman who was making, basically, what was she making? She was making these skateboards, or these toys, and then what you do is the toys were creating energy, and so it would store the energy, and then you could plug it up to something and it could run something else. So basically it was toys that you could play with that would create energy later. And she was a big proponent of this: hire slow and fire fast. When you have built up your company to the point where you need other people to help you out, make sure, time is money and money is time. So make sure that whoever you get, if they can't do the job, fire them, and, slowly find someone else that will fit your vision and your mission, that will help you on your process or building your software business. And aim for progress. So many people are ready to grow quick. They want that hyper growth. They're ready to get $1 million in 5 days, and that's not reality. If you basically look at profitability, look at, you know, progress. Is my business growing? Am I still being profitable? If I add this system, will this still make me profitable? Will my overhead still be low? If you look at being profitable over growing your money, growing your pocket, your income quickly, you'll be able to maintain and sustain a very lucrative software business. Okay? And the last one, my friend, is the Google Adsense business. And basically what Google Adsense is a network that allows you to place ads on somebody else's website. And so if you have a Google Adsense business, basically you will have a website, and after you have gone through all the SEOs and shown that you are going to be reliable with content and you are optimized correctly for your SEO, then Google will say, hey, I love this website. We want to put ads on there. And so we're going to put ads on your website. And if we put ads on your website, we will pay you a portion of the advertising money that we get. So the program basically uses keywords and other data to place ads that are relevant to your website content or to the person that's coming to visit your website. Okay. And the ads themselves are sourced from advertisers using Google AdWords and their display network. All right. So basically, how do you get or earn money from Google AdSense? So what happens is traffic comes to your website, and maybe you have 200,000 people coming to your website. Okay. So if the traffic clicks on the Google ad, Google will charge the AdWord advertiser for the ad, and then whatever money that they get, they will split with you. Okay. And that is a great way to get money. Very, very passive, I'll put it that way. So some of the pros it's a very passive way to get money. You don't really have to do anything to get the money from Google AdWords. All you have to do is do the content and drive traffic. As long as you do that, Google will do everything else, which is awesome. You want things to be automated as much as possible when you start, especially when you're starting your business. You can make money in almost any niche, pretty much any niche, because even if your niche, whatever it is that you are promoting, is not something that Google AdWord or is not something that's popular mass or overall, what will happen is Google will put ads on your website that will appeal to the person that's actually using it. So if they had almost bought, let's say they almost bought a laptop, and you are talking about kitchen supplies, and so your website will have ads on it that deals with a laptop because that's what your user was looking at prior to coming to your website. So basically, Google will follow this person until they purchase the laptop. I know it's creepy, but that's the way it works. Okay. So it works with any niche. Google handles all of it. It's very passive. You get the money, so all you have to do is worry about content and making sure traffic is coming to your website. So some of the cons of the Google AdSense business is that you will always be making less than a direct affiliate. Remember, you have to share your money with Google, so you're not going to get the full amount of the advertising. Plus, you're not going to get the amount in sales that your customer or client or traffic source may have paid to buy whatever it is that they got. So you will always make more than a direct affiliate. Okay. You also will need a lot of traffic to make good money with Google AdSense, because if you have a limited amount of traffic, not everybody's going to click on the ad. And if not everybody clicks, then you don't get that $5 or half of $5 or a quarter of $5 per click that you would if, say, 100,000 people came and only 5% clicked on it. Okay, so make sure that that's something that you need to think about. Also, Google is very good at banning accounts. Now, there are certain do's and don'ts that you, of course, you want to know about and that you want to make sure that you're aware of, but sometimes you don't have to do anything, and Google will ban you and won't even let you know why. So those are things you need to think about before you start your Google AdSense business. So as a recap, the 4 legit ways to make money online are: you can sell a product, you can do drop shipping, you can own a software business, or you can have a Google AdSense business attached to your website, your niche website. Okay, and so I appreciate you watching. If I gave you any valuable content in this website, or not website, in this video, make sure that you click the like button below and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm giving daily fresh videos every day. I'm talking about my journey and I want you to be in the know, okay? Also, if you want to know how I'm going to fire my boss in 2019, my #1 way, make sure that you click the link below. It's a way that you can learn and earn, and it's a great program, and I advise it or support it wholeheartedly. Okay. Also, if you want to know more information, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. I would love to help you get started on your business, in your business, or on your journey. So until next time, my friend, make sure that you think big, dream big, take action so you can own the life of your dreams. Bye now.